hide him. You could have been leaving like tissue on the floor or something. You could have been leaving dishes in random spots.
Yeah. The feces on the wall.
Feces on the bathroom floor. And you wanted them to figure out it was you at your big age.
You know, they're probably making fun of her. Like I think mommy spreading feces on the floor.
I would be talking about you in the sibling group chat. Like here she go again.
Get your kiddo back to playtime in no time. Pediatrician's #1 choice for fast relief, Children's Tylenol.
This took place over 4 weeks. On the first few days, I made small, practically unnoticeable smears. The only thing noticeable about them was the slight smell that let them off. In all honesty, I'm not entirely sure how bad the smell was. There were a few times I can admit where the poo did end up on my clothing or face. Okay, what am I? Face?
This is a man-child, cause
This is nasty. I eventually became immune to it after smelling it so much, I suppose. Apologies, I digress. Over time, I began increasing the amount. There were a few days in sending me this confession. What's happening? Around 12 days in, my children began to notice the brown marks on the wall. Wait, it's on the wall. I thought it was just on the floor. You're nasty.
she's painting the house. She's painting the house.
They questioned me about it. Wait, they know that it's you. This is so nasty. I would never be able to forgive my own mother. I would think she's the dirtiest woman I've ever seen. They questioned me about it, but I denied my knowledge on it. For the next...
Then what was the whole point of this experiment? So they can find out.
Like, for the next 2 weeks or so, they did not question me about it because they think that you're not well. They don't think that you're normal. They're probably trying to find a psychiatric facility to take you to. However, on the 4th week, they came back to me. At that point, the smear was around 11 inches long.
Yo. Yo.
It had grown to become quite dark. My dear children were still puzzled, and so... My dear children were still puzzled as to what the smear was and how it came to be. I gave in. I began laughing. My face grew red.
Why are you embarrassed?
You knew. This is like a different level of boredom or a different level of unemployment. It's a sick experiment. Like, what are you doing? I had an overwhelming feeling of obligation. I had to admit. My children did not talk to me for the next month. I wouldn't talk to you maybe for a year because you're abnormal. I thought it would be a little joke, but I suppose they did not take it that way. You're not normal. They then proceeded to avoid communication with me for the next month. The remains of the smear is still on the wall, and she sent laughing emojis.
She didn't clean it up.
She did not clean it up.
I thought the experiment was to teach her kids how to be more clean.
I literally thought that was gonna be the moral of the story, but when they brought it up to you, you lied and said you didn't do it. And then you continued adding more to the smear. What's wrong with you? You are 52 years old. You're too grown to be doing this.
I thought her stating I'm 52 in the beginning, it was gonna be a wise story.
It's gonna be wise, mature. Like, I thought I was gonna learn a lesson from this. I have this illness called maladaptive daydreaming. Look it up. Where I imagine that I'm doing things that I'm not in a fake reality. I boom the edit audios real loud in my headphones to trigger myself into them. Like, what am I reading? And I've made a whole replayable movie in my head of you and me getting married in hundreds of different ways after finding each other in the comments of Instagram reels. We always say yes and raise 3 kids together called Raya, Keenan, and Bill. I wish I was joking. I replay the movie every day 24/7 and I can't stop. No comment. I once convinced my roommate to go on a date with a guy I had secretly been into for months, just so I could see them up close. What? Why? What's the thought process with that one? I never told my roommate, and now every time she talks about that person, I have to pretend I'm not secretly jealous. You literally put them together. You were the matchmaker. What did you expect? I once secretly took a photo of my crush's feet while he was sleeping, just because I was curious if he had cute toes. Now every time I see him, I wonder if he ever felt me staring at his toes, and if he'd be freaked out if he knew I kept the picture. I would be very freaked out. Imagine you're sleeping and someone's just taking a photo of your toes. What? Go do something with your day. Like, so one time I had a crush on this kid, and anytime the bell rung, I would run and follow him to all of his classes, and I think he caught on and he started running to his classes. What? I also made a Spotify playlist about him, but turns out he actually hated me and had a crush on my friend. She also liked him, and since I never told her, she liked him too, and I was basically putting him on while I still liked him. Also, he said he hated black girls and said he was gonna slit my throat, and I still liked him.
Oh. Down bad.
Down bad. Let's get some self-love. Is that sad? I am stuck in the middle. I'm an 18-year-old male living with my family. We have relatives over every once in a while. Although we are distant relatives, my parents are close to them. My sibling is also close to our cousin. I, however, am not that close with any of them. One day, I came home from school to hear a conversation between my mom and sibling. Apparently, my cousin failed a subject in college and decided to drop out without her parents. Wait.
Okay.
That is extreme.
That's very extreme. Yeah.
You fully dropped out of college because one class.
One class. You could have
Dang.
retaken it in the summer.
You literally could have retaken
You
it.
just needed an excuse to go out of college.
He been planning to drop out. As we live in an Asian country, education is very important for us, especially the elderly. They were adamant about keeping their mouths shut, as this would break the hearts of my cousin's parents. I initially agreed. Okay, so it's the mom, his sibling, and him. Like they're making an agreement to not tell the cousin's parents. I'm surprised the mom isn't saying anything. As weeks passed by, however, things were starting to get out of hand. Since my sibling and cousin were both in the same course, my relatives would often ask how things are and what the recent events in school are. My sibling would often forget, at least I think that's the case, that my cousin dropped out and say almost everything. Sometimes these involved events needing money. What? The first time this happened, my cousin's parents would say, oh, so-and-so didn't ask us for money though. And then my sibling would snap back to reality and from my cousin by saying, oh, she says she's too shy to ask for some, so she just works some part-time jobs, and they felt bad for their daughter. After this, they gave my cousin money besides the fees they already pay every week. Wait. I don't know where it's going, but like it seems like the girl is accepting money and she's not in school.
Yeah.
And this money is around 5 times the minimum wage in our country. I was well aware that this was too much, even for someone who actually goes to college. I explained to my mom and sibling that we should tell them already because it's getting too far, but they were still set on their decision. Now I feel bad. Do I tell them myself? Okay,
you don't have to tell them, but it's like unethical.
yeah, it is unethical, but like have that conversation with her. Like you don't have to tell the parents. That's a bit crazy. Or do I not? I'm not close to any of them, so I don't know what to do. You know what to do. Mind your business. Like you literally said you're not close to any of them, so you're not close to the cousin, you're not close to the parents. Why are you involving yourself? Am I stepping out of my line? Yes.
I don't know why the mom isn't telling you.
I know. I feel like the mom should speak up. In general, the daughter needs to say something, because I would feel bad if I was taking money from my parents and I don't even need it. Like I'm not in school. That's really weird. What's gonna happen when graduation time comes? I work with kids with autism, and there's one kid in particular who always hits me hard and leaves me with all kinds of bruises.
They know.
Now you know. I got fed up and tripped the one who always hits me when my manager looked away. He ran to my manager for comfort, and since that day, he never hit me again and avoids me like the plague.
I mean, it's a win.
A win is a win. The job was done. It was handled. I don't know. I don't support hitting kids, but you know, he learned. My so-called best friend completely ruined my birthday by feeding me meat, despite knowing I'm a vegetarian.
Oh.
Pizza Hut is about to hook you up. Order any pizza now, get a free pizza later. Only on the app.
Want to know the secret to my radiant glowing skin? Aveeno Positively Radiant with clinically proven soy. For more radiant glowing skin in 1 week, try Aveeno Positively Radiant.
Why are you laughing?
Wait, sorry.
No, that's messed up. On your birthday, I had invited her over to celebrate, and we were having a great time watching movies and doing other fun activities together. When it was time to eat, she had this amazing meal ready to go, which she had told me was a special surprise for my birthday. I was expecting a delicious vegetarian dish, as she has always made me dishes she experiments with. Context, she's a chef. I was loving it until something felt off. When I asked her about it, she got super defensive. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, she went ahead and confessed something even more shocking. Turns out, she didn't just feed me meat on my birthday, she had been doing it for the past 4 years.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's
Did she know about it?
crazy. Yeah. Ew. Like, you don't respect me at all. She told me she did it because she hated that I was vegetarian and thought I needed to eat real food. What? As she went on explaining herself and trying to justify her horrible actions, I couldn't help but think of karma. She has hated me for being vegetarian for the past 4 years, feeding me meat without my knowledge. So in a moment of rage and desire of revenge, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I ended up getting with her boyfriend, and to no surprise,
Where did this go?
I don't know. And to no surprise, he dumped her the next day. Okay, a win is a win. Yeah. This is evil. I peed in a cup and threw it on my sister while she was asleep because she kept eating my food.
Huh? So which sister?
Wait, did you say you've done that?
I ain't joking.
You said that too casually. What? This is crazy. Ooh, girl, just hear me out. So around 3 years ago, I convinced my boyfriend that I was being stalked by my ex. But it was actually just me texting myself from a hidden number, pretending to be my ex. Yikes. But what can I say? I love the attention.
Psycho.
Yeah, you're a bit crazy. And like, how long did you do it? If this was months of you texting yourself, something's going on.
Doing that to begin with is already crazy.
I know! So I would send screenshots of texts like, I miss you, or I'm watching you, just to see how he'd react. He got so paranoid that he started tracking my every move and getting super protective. But here's the twist. I accidentally started enjoying the attention a little too much, and I eventually convinced him to propose, thinking I was a helpless victim, the damsel in distress. So anyways, a couple months ago, I ended up confessing the truth, but he did not believe me and thought I was playing another game. By the way, I'm a psychology major, so whatever. Now we're engaged with a baby on the way, and I still don't know if he's in love with me or the idea of saving me. Anyways, love you and love your videos. Whoa.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like I wouldn't like the idea though of marrying someone through this situation. It kind of feels like you said, you don't know if he loves you or if he just likes the idea of saving you. I wouldn't feel secure in that type of relationship, but that's just me. I didn't wash my ears for 1 month so I can scrape all the earwax out and eat it. I'm ashamed.
Huh?
You should be ashamed. And that's where we're gonna end the video. But yeah, that is it for the confessions. Y'all, it was very chaotic as per usual. I hope you guys enjoyed it and also enjoyed having my guests in the background that have not shown their face even once. Just say hi. Yeah, that's them. That's them. And then we also had a special guest who is actually asleep right now. Yeah, it's past his bedtime. Oh, also, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for coming. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being a Reese. These are the best people on the internet, okay? So join the winning team. The only way you can become a Reese is if you hit the subscribe button, so do it. Hit it right now. Oh, make sure to follow me on all my social media. Check out my vlog channel. We're posting every single week over there. Keep updated with me, okay? New videos every week. And I will see you guys all in my next one. I love you and peace.
Crust from Little Caesars. Just $9.99 for a limited time.
Pizza, pizza.
I have feelings for my grandma. 911, please get this woman. Hey guys, your girl Courtney, welcome back to my channel. We all possess secrets, some more than others. So I'm gonna be reading confessions that y'all felt comfortable to send to me. And some of y'all were a little bit too comfortable. In the past, I'll usually have an email that y'all will send all your confessions to, but this time around, I actually